Welcome to the CompuBox Academy. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, English fighting legend Johnny Nelson.
Todd, always a pleasure to work with you. Always a pleasure.
It's time for our tale of the tape. First up, we have the Sandman, and they'll have a nice reach advantage. And they'll be facing Kingmaker. These two will be competing as middleweights, one of the most glamorous divisions in all of boxing, and they will have a power advantage here.
Oh my goodness, look at the reach difference there. That reach is going to be an absolute nightmare to deal with, because if that jab is used and that right hand is followed, there is going to be a problem tonight.
Up first is the Sandman from the United States of America, coming off a very close win. Against them, Kingmaker from the United States of America. And they hold the SCI national title. Their last fight was a very controversial decision loss.
Oh, pure bad blood.
This bout is scheduled for 6 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from the United States of America, wearing the dark orange trunks trimmed with orange, the Sandman. Fighting out of the blue corner, from the United States of America, wearing the dark green trunks trimmed with green, here is the current national middleweight champion, Kingmaker.
What a pleasure to be in this unique environment. Every seat has been taken for tonight's match.
All right. You can hear everything. Can you imagine being a fighter walking into this? We're going to see that any minute now.
What a great venue and what a great matchup. Cannot wait for this one. Here we go, round one. Who's going to land the first big shot? Nice job getting that punch through. Right jab. What a massive upset this would be. The Sandman is down. I don't know, I gotta take another look at that.
Even I've got to see that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you okay?
Apparently it's gonna take more than that to keep this fighter down.
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight's capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Good counter punching. How about that time counter shot? It's been all one-way traffic with just 10 seconds to go in the round. What a huge momentum swing that's going to be, considering that. And there's the bell to start round two. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
know they have an amazing relationship with their coach. They've been working together for a while now, and it's really paying off. That right hook won't score. This could be the end. No, we don't see a... Did you see that? At some point, the corner. And down goes Kingmaker. It looked great live. How will it look again on slow motion replay?
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods. One, two, three, four, five. Give me your ball.
The referee says they can continue, but how much more do they have left?
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your eagles hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right.
Whoa, did you see that? Give me just a second here, Johnny. Where was the defense? How did they survive that?
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But
not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. Let's see how the game plan changes after that big knockdown.
I love the response, though. Got back up, took a deep breath and thought, right, brush it off, get on with the job.
There's the bell for round 3. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out.
Oh, my goodness, Johnny! Stumbling around in potholes. How are they still standing?
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? Not a lot of punch out, but thought there might... Hold that thought! Oh, and they got rocked! What a moment this is! I don't believe what we're seeing here.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Pretty close fight here in this round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Oh my! That's a game changer! When are we going to see a jab from these two? How about that time counter shot? Hold it right there, and we may see a stoppage here. This may do it. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
Dominance.
Here we go to the 4th round. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
We may be in for a short fight. This fighter, an absolute animal. Look at the KO percentage. Hold on to your seats, folks. So much for defensive abilities. That was the moment.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What will they do? What will they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Why weren't they covering up? The referee taking a look here, and if the fighter can't see, the fighter can't fight. And they're going to let him continue. And Kingmaker has been knocked down. You could see it in their eyes. They saw that punch coming, and there was nothing they could do.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
He's been knocked down, but at least not knocked out yet.
Can make or break a fighter.
Things are starting to heat up now as we enter the fifth. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
He misses with that straight left. Where was the defense? Why weren't they covering up? Why weren't they more cautious? And Kingmaker gets dropped. Let's watch that again in replay from a different angle.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
So the fight will continue, but what does the game plan have to look like now?
Todd, he's up. I'll be surprised if he makes it back to the corner. And if he does, will he get back up on the stool again? That was a shot.
They've got to pick things up halfway through the round here.
There's a lot of work to do, and you know what? It's hard to pull back. Don't get into the habit of losing. Don't get into the habit of being second place. You've got to change the habit. You've got to change something, because otherwise, why should it change?
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Holding nothing back here in the round. Final 10 seconds here, and the corner better get warmed up. They've got some work to do. Got to wonder how big of a factor that knockdown is going to be we just saw.
You're being put down. You've got to think right. Survive and then give it back the next round.
On to the sixth round. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
Oh, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Now this fighter loves... Did you see that? And is this the beginning of the end? A nightmare start to this fight. And down goes the Sandman. As we take another look, you can see it. The buck.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Richardson, are you okay?
The referee deems they can continue, but this might be a big mistake.
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into the fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
It's a good start to the round for this guy.
Perfect game plan. The thing is, can anybody figure out what to do to change this? It's a perfect start.
They need to be careful and punch themselves out here. Just hold that thought. And now going for the finish. Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
What recovery skills they are. What?
Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. And that's it, a unanimous decision win.
Unanimous. You know what? Smart. Smarts, that is. A total change of styles to make sure they got it. At every round in the bag, there was no argument, no discussion, no mistake. It was so obvious.
I'm Todd Grisham, and every fighter wants to say at least once they fought at Brooklyn Hall. And here we are. Next to me is Johnny Nelson.
The pleasure's always mine, my friend.
It's time for our tale of the tape. First up, we have the Sandman. You can see who has the power advantage. Up against them, the Myth. So here we go. This one's scheduled in the middleweight division. And you can see they will have a speed advantage.
This is it. This is that fight. This is that argument. I don't know what to expect.
Up first is the Sandman from the United States of America, and they hold the SCI national title. The last time we saw them in action, they pulled off a very close win. And they'll be facing the Myth from Mexico, coming off a knockout victory in their last fight.
I'm so excited for this fight. There is no nonsense here.
And now for the official introductions, we turn it over to the world-renowned Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 6 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from the United States of America. Wearing the dark orange trunks trimmed with orange, here is the current national middleweight champion, the Sandman. Fighting out of the blue corner from Mexico. Wearing the black trunks trimmed with yellow, the Myth.
What a pleasure it is to be here in this environment. What a venue for this showdown.
You can't beat a good old-fashioned rivalry. When there's guts, when there's feeling, when there's heart involved, that's when you get a good fight, one-on-one.
Thousands of fans here in attendance tonight, but when the bell rings, there will only be 2 that we're talking about. And that's the opening bell, round 1. What skill being displayed here between these 2 middleweights? So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. There's nothing quite like the chemistry between a fighter and their coach, and this partnership is working great. took that jab well. His stamina is off the charts. What a massive upset this would be. And the myth has been knocked down. You up the replay machine. I have got to see that again.
I've got to see that again.
One, two, three, four, five. You all right?
The referee deems they can continue, but this might be a big mistake.
Got to waste time. Get set behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to paw you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it. Because if you let him jump back on you again, he's going to get momentum and pull you down again. And that's a lot of points to lose in the round.
Final 10 seconds here, and this has not been his round for sure. It's not over till it's over, but that knockdown is going to be huge.
Can make or break a fighter.
There's the bell for round 2. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? Staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Punch, counter punch. They block the uppercut. Amazing win last time out to become the new national champion. Whoa, and you saw the balance go. The knees, the foundation, rocked. Looks like they've shaken it, and he is forcing him to take a knee.
It's really dented the ego. You don't want your opponent to see you do that.
7, 8.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Nice counter. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. They've got the momentum, they've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
I seriously hope the judges kept them. This fight, because if they haven't,
There's the bell to start round 3. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
They better start respecting each other's punching power. No rest for the weary. This fighter has a killer instinct. Just look at this KO percentage. Over 70% of their fights have ended early. Nice job blocking the hook. The halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
And down goes the myth. Let's watch this again. He set it up perfectly and knocked him down.
That's lights out right there.
Apparently. It's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
Look at his corner, look for the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count.
As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. Well, this next round is going to be crucial considering the knockdown we just witnessed.
I love the response, though. Got back up, took a deep breath and thought, right, brush it off, get on with the job.
Here we go to the 4th round. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming up? He's getting everything, full barrel because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
This is the kind of fight you expect from two world-class elite middleweights. Well, this fighter loves throwing hooks. Their opponent has got to watch out for that. Can't land that jab. This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Both men step back for just a moment. This fighter has a very good win-loss record and will be tough to beat. You'd like to see more jabs. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter.
There's the bell to start round 5. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. Nice counter. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Catch and shoot. Big swing and a miss with the hook. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Catch and shoot. They've got to use their jab better in this fight. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. What would you tell this guy if he's got to do something different?
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford to lose it.
The referee calling for seconds out, right back into the action. And there's the bell to start round 6. Coming off a very tough round, let's see what they do here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt, you've got to get out there again. Be smart, be sharp. Don't be a fool, don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Right hook just missed. Big hook. Good thing it didn't land. That counter shot lands. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? Incredible work rate. A lot of effort being exerted here. Needs to put some combination work together. One punch is good, two punches better. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. The three judges agree, and we've got a unanimous decision.
This is the last thing we expected. What a fight, what a style, what a pace to get a unanimous decision. That is mad. I didn't see that coming. I thought this would be tight. This is nowhere near tight.
It's time for the talking to stop and the fighting to start. This should be good. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, former world champion Johnny Nelson.
It's going to be unbelievable. The fans, everybody around the world, the fighters. This is just one of those things.
Time for our tail of the tape. First up, we have the Sandman, and they will enjoy a reach advantage. And they'll be facing Showboat. Who's been your favorite middleweight champion over the years? Maybe Canelo Alvarez, Roy Jones Jr.? Well, these two certainly hope they can be on your list, and they will enjoy a power advantage.
Todd, this is well anticipated. I'm so looking forward to this tear-up. These two are really up for it. You know what? Nobody believes they're going to lose.
Up first is the Sandman from the United States of America, and they hold the SCI national title. Coming off a very close, controversial win, let's see if they can be more definitive in this one. Up against them, Showboat from the United States of America. Their last fight was a very close victory.
As soon as the ball goes, don't blink. That fight could be over.
Well, we're all set. Let's go into the ring for the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from the United States of America, wearing the dark orange trunks trimmed with orange, here is the current national middleweight champion, the Sandman. Fighting out of the blue corner from the United States of America, wearing the green trunks trimmed with white, Showboat.
So much hype surrounding this fight, and now it is go time.
Todd, it's one of my favorite venues. You can't get a better place to fight in.
So a capacity crowd here for this one. We've been waiting a long time for this matchup. And here we go. Many said this fight would never happen, and yet here it is, and here we go. And he misses with that straight left. And Showboat is down to the canvas. We knew his chin would get tested in this fight, and it failed him miserably.
I need to see that again.
How about that will to win and refusal to stay down as this fight continues?
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your eagle's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again. It's so hard for a fighter.
They need to turn this around halfway through.
Not the best start, but you know what? The cornermen now, it's down for them doing their job. Get through the round, regroup, like freshen up, boom, different tactics.
When someone punches that hard, you don't want to trade shots. This fighter has a killer instinct. Just look at this KO percentage. Over 70% of their fights have ended early. An upset of the year, perhaps right before our eyes. And you knew this was coming. They're going to take a knee.
Absolutely gassed out, didn't know what to do, and hurt on top of that.
So it's plan B time after being knocked down in that round.
Can make or break a fighter.
the bell for round 2. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. This boxer is a real hook specialist. Their opponent has got to watch out for that. Where was the defense? Why weren't they covering up? And down goes Showboat. What a blow to the head there. Let's see it again on instant replay.
A shot from the gods took him out.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Listen to me. Are you okay?
At some point, the corner may have to intervene here because this fighter won't stay down.
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
Nope, that jab not going to score. Final 10 seconds here, and this has not been his round for sure. That'll be a 10-8 round for sure with the knockdown.
You're being put down, you've got to think right, survive, and then give it back the next round.
Let's get it started in round 3. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again.
Hold on, got to cut you off here, Johnny. Will the referee stop it? And it appears they weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
That jab had to hurt. Where was the defense? Didn't wait too long to get back and get. Oh, wait a minute. This may do it. It's all coming to an end. And Showboat has just been knocked down. And you can see here his face basically melts into his glove, and down he goes.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hit me with one.
Well, they're back up now, but they've got to be cautious. Cannot afford to trade back now, can they, Johnny?
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight's capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
All hands on deck. We are witnessing an upset in the making. And down goes Showboat. As we watch it again one more time, appreciate the perfection of that knockout shot.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
disastrous round, but he's still on his feet.
There's always a way back. Don't ever round anybody off.
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? Is this the beginning of the end after 2 knockdowns last round?
2 knockdowns, and you're coming back from that? That's near on impossible, because your head must be all over the place. Your legs are feeling like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
And they got caught! Good job trying to back out of trouble.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round.
And Showboat is down to the canvas. A big headshot, and he goes down. We have got to see that again in slow motion.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
Not many people would have predicted it, but we've got a knockout victory.
A knockout victory? That is... Todd, did you see the shot? That's not a knockout. That's an assassination. What a shot.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is go time. My name is Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
About time, too.
It's time for our tale of the tape. First up, we have the Sandman, and they will have a power advantage here. They're coming up against the Myth. Historically, this is one of the most prized divisions in all of boxing, the middleweight division. And they do have a speed advantage here.
We'll be talking about this fight for years to come. This is one of those classic fights that everybody wants to see.
Up first is the Sandman from the United States of America. And they hold the SCI national title. In their last fight, they won by knockout. And they'll be facing the Myth from Mexico, coming off a very tough decision loss in their last fight.
It'll be ding-ding from Beth Baldo off.
And now we toss it up to the world-renowned ring announcer, Mr. Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from the United States of America. Wearing the dark orange trunks trimmed with orange, here is the current national middleweight champion, the Sandman. Fighting out of the blue corner from Mexico. Wearing the black trunks trimmed with yellow, the Myth.
The fans are ready, and it looks like the fighters are now ready.
Which fans are going to be happy? Which fans are going to be sad?
All right.
I don't know, but it's the argument I love.
No doubt about it, this was the hottest ticket in town by a country mile. Every seat has been sold. These athletes have been waiting a long time to square off. Here we go. Missed with that right uppercut. Neither fighter willing to slow down. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. And we may see a stoppage here. Down goes the Myth. I don't think we can truly appreciate what we saw unless we see it in slow motion.
That's lights out right there.
One, two, three, four, five. You all right?
Well, they're back up now, but they've got to be cautious. Cannot afford to trade back now, can they, Johnny? Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere. Look at this. So much for defensive abilities. And it appears hold that thought. At some point, and the Myth has been knocked down. Imagine seeing this punch coming and not being able to do anything about it.
I need to see that again.
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. You're out.
It happened. You saw it here live. A knockout win. Congratulations.
Oh, what a shot. What a shot. You see shots like that in the gym. At least for once, this is on TV. Thousands around the world saw that shot. They probably even heard it.